How much is the problem engineers trying to build something shiny and cool, but not understanding the negative side effects versus actual malice? Like, is it ignorance, or is it like some evil coder is sitting there and like, I'm going to build the super intelligence to take over the world, you know, ha 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 ha?
I think very much the first one, because the incentives generally in the market would support that. Like, the company that makes the first super intelligent AGI algorithm is the world's first gazillionaire, right? They own everything. They can make a better Amazon than Amazon. They can make a better Jeff Bezos than Bezos, right? They can do everything that anybody can do better than they can do it basically instantly. And it means that anybody else that then comes in, because you have that parabolic line, anybody that's further down the curve is so far behind that it basically doesn't matter. Right? The recursive self-improvement means that gains accrue so quickly that anybody that starts even 3 weeks later is way behind, and it basically doesn't matter. So I think that well-meaning, inquisitive, curious, competent coders are the most likely potential demise of all of civilization, and that's a big concern.
How do we wrap our arms around them and say, help us? You know, help build a better world, not help build a world that you accidentally ruin. Is there certain things that you think are like crucial to solve that problem? Or is it no, the people who are working on the AI safety stuff, they just got to get, you know, kind of get it together and solve the alignment problem. And then we won't even have to really deal with the engineers, because ultimately they'll just be given a framework and it's kind of like bring the solution to the masses, or do we try to get the masses to create the solution? They'll
work inside of hopefully an existing protective paradigm. So I don't know whether you know the way that tabletop genetic synthesizers work. So it's kind of like
that was Spanish to me. No,
kind of like a 3D printer that does it can create genetic like material.
Okay.
So if you want it to sequence particular DNA, it'll do it for you. And kind of like a 3D printer, you'd plug in, I want it to make a bouncy ball or whatever, and then it creates a ball over time. The way that all of these current desktop printers work are that they go up to the cloud in order to get whatever sequence it is that you want. And there are levels of security. So there's like a green, an amber, and a red. The green, anybody can print it, doesn't matter, no one's concerned. The amber, you need to get clearance, and the red, it just won't print. The reason for that is that the stuff that's in red is shit like smallpox and anthrax and stuff. So you don't, and then the SWAT team comes in and it alerts everybody and like bad stuff happens. What they've done is they've realized there is technology that has outstripped safety, and they need to constrain the potential externalities of this happening, and they do that in a smart way. What would be great would be to somehow have a similar sort of system in place for coding. Now, it's going to be very different and difficult because coding's so distributed, it's so atomized, like one person could do it. It's probably going to be someone like Google DeepMind, I think, that comes up with this. But what would be great would be if all of the people that are working on super intelligent AGIs had AI safety as their first priority. Like, the problem is that the incentives don't necessarily align. If you decide to be 5% more safe than me, and I just roll the dice and I get there before you, I win. And what you get here is just an ever decreasing level of safety down to no safety again. And then people just run as fast as they can.
It's like deregulation, basically. So everyone 100%. Wants a deregulated market so that then it's free competition, which sounds great. The only thing is that there's trade-offs.